Placeholder for music. 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 Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Come on in. Take your shoes off. It's Jake Johnson on ℂ𝕻Live. Joining me always is the amazing ℂ𝕻 Amanda.
Howdy, ℂ𝕻Live family.
What's happening out there in the world? How is your week going? It's Friday. Thank God. My Friday's tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow, but it's Friday. We'll enjoy it for what it is. I got my nice hot cup of coffee. I'm ready to rock and roll and talk about Friday stuff. What's happening where you're at? Who's first in chat?
That'd be Amy.
Amy?
That'd be Amy.
Amy says, Philippians 4:8-9. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. If there by any virtue, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which you have both learned and heard and seen in me. Do it. Because God, the God of peace, will be with you. That's a very wise statement. Think about that. Think about what you've done in this world. Think about what you know in this world. Think about how much of it you don't. Think about how many of the things you haven't done. And know that you need to, because that's the whole reason for being here. Why be here if you're not going to be active in the role of living here? So if you want God to be on your side, you got to play his game. It's that simple. Hello, Amy. You get the gold star. Amy says, hi, everyone. Patty's here. She says, hello. Is anybody in there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're in here. And so are you. And Patty says, hi, Amy.
Amy, here's your gold star. Hi, Amy and Patty.
Gold star, Amy.
I hi on the time. I sound like you now.
Take a deep breath.
Hi.
And sing.
Hi, ℂ𝕻Live family. Good to see y'all. I hope everyone had a good week. Hiya, Jake. How are you tonight?
I am fantastic. I feel like Miss Piggy on her prom night.
Imagine that.
Got a little frog in my throat. Piggy, piggy. All right. Patty says, hi, Miss Amanda. Patty says, hi, Miss Amanda.
Hi, Miss Patty. I just said hi, Miss Patty.
Not when I said it.
Right before you said it.
Well, you got to respond to it when it happens. You can't go. You can't jump the gun.
She was responding to me.
Yeah. Amy says, hi, Patty and Amanda Hart, and hi, Jake. Hi.
Here's the chillin' page if y'all want to check it out on Facebook. ℂ𝕻Live chillin'.
Let me say it, and then you can put the thing in. You can't jump the gun. Say something about coffee.
What?
Say something about coffee.
Coffee? What about your coffee?
I got a cup right here. It's nice and hot.
Well,
Thank you to
good.
the people that provide the coffee for the show. That's called a Segway. Segway, don't you know? I appreciate that very much. I like it hot and regular. Just like my old truck likes hot and regular. Don't you want to have a cup with me? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself up a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get to talking about some Friday stuff. If you do not have a cup, you can get one in the description below. It has this face on it. The first one does anyway. I recommend it. You should get that. But also down there we have stainless steel tumblers. The big ones and the little ones. They keep your coffee hot for hours. They got locking lids so you don't spill it all over the place. And it's got the Untethered Live Bible Study logo on the front. All the platforms on the back. It looks great on a coffee table. Get one while supplies last. Or a 1963 timing chain for a Ford, or a pair of nose hair clippers. made in Taiwan. I'm not sure about those last two, but they're definitely the cups. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you'd like to show a little bit of love, if you'd like to help us out. But if you want to, that's Feed Jake, not the other thing you heard. You can do that at CashApp $JakeJohnsonBand or PayPal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. I really do appreciate that very much. It helps a lot, and my light bill thanks you. Also, if you'd like to hang out with us outside of YouTube, get to know everybody one-on-one, you can do that at the Facebook.com/UntetheredLive chillin'. There's the link in the chat. Go check it out. It's a great place to hang out. And now, on with the show. It makes me emotional. Today is my son's birthday. And I've not been able to wish him a happy birthday because I don't know where he is or if he would ever see anything that I do. So I thought about posting all over the place, but he wouldn't see it, so it's a waste of time and oddly self-serving. So I'll just keep it to myself. I suppose if he wants a birthday wish, he'll come a-looking. But I am thinking about you today, boy, if you're out there. Amy says, do you see the AI video that Aaron made for me? It's awesome. He said what I wanted, and I said a warrior for recovery. Well, I've got what you need. You going to talk to somebody about an AI. What you really need is Jake's brand new product. The Jake Johnson pickle in a box.
Pickle in a bag.
Pickle in a pouch. Right here. There's your support pickle.
It just looks like a big black.
A big black pickle in a bag.
It won't show up on the green screen.
That's what you need. That'll fix what ails you.
Oh my God, that's great. All you can see is the red bag. Oh, that's priceless. Oh, where's Debbie when you need her?
I'll do it again later. You just make sure you keep that laugh.
That's priceless.
Amy says, press that thumbs up button and share. Yes, please do. Like, subscribe, and share. There's only one like and 17 people watching. That means 16 of you did not hit that thumbs up button. Do you think about that? I work 5 nights a week. That's 20 hours above what I already do for my day job, for your entertainment. And I ask that you press a button that's right in front of you. That's it. That's all you got to do. It helps out. It really does. I appreciate that. Amanda says,
not yet, Amy. I was too busy. Was busy today. I'll look after the show.
she scrubbed the floors today. It's a very nice job.
Yes, the concrete floors.
Amy says, I've been busy tonight too, but I saw it. Shots fired. I added that last part, but it's okay. I think I've seen it. I'm not sure. What is it of? I seen a AI video today that Aaron made. I don't know which one it was. Emotional pickle, Jake Johnson support pickle.
9:36 if you're lost.
Pickle in a pouch.
You can't see the pickle.
It's a pickle in a box if your feelings are lots and lots of trouble and drama. Well, it is green. I didn't think about that
I
part.
didn't think about it either until you had it up there. It's a big old black spot.
It works as a black pickle.
Aaron, get your pickle, man. Jake found your pickle in the store.
Amy says, like, shared, and invited some friends. Did y'all? Right? Patty says, Friday, people. Weekend, do what you want to do. Weekend, your working days are done weekend. Right on. Amy says, we were both right, Jake, November 5th and November 8th. Well, November 8th was a thing in Vietnam, and I had heard that song before, and it was in my head the 8th of November, and it rhymes with remember, remember. So that's where it was. And I said it. I ain't always right. I'm a baseball player, but I don't always hit home runs. And when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong, because that's the kind of feller I am. Try that. Try to find that in the mega church. Mark is here. What's up, Mark? What's up, Mark? Nice to see you. He says, hello, hello, beautiful people. Hello, buddy. How's your Friday? Amy says, I'm changing the oil in my car this weekend, Patty. Well, my son is. I'm buying the stuff. Right on. I need to do that in mine, too. Hadn't got to it yet. Probably Monday. Amy says, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Cowboys 8 panel says, coffee. Nice. Hey, Cowboys. Nice to see you back. How are you?
Hi, Cowboys.
Cowboy. Ride all night and sleep all day, cowboy. I can smell a pickle from a mile away.
It's so funny.
Are you saying I should have been a Macedian?
That's hilarious.
I should have been a Macedian. Patty says, wow, Miss Amy, that is so wonderful. It is nice. It's nice to have things under control. I know what you're saying. I'm with you, dear. I am with you. Amy says, hey, Cowboys 8 panel. And Patty, it's good to know people who know how to do things. Amen. That's knowledge is power. That's the theme of the story tonight, is about knowledge. That's what we're talking about. So let's talk about the things that we know and the things that we don't. And one of the things that I always teach people or tell people is that you don't have to know everything. The key to power is knowledge, but the key to knowledge is knowing where to find knowledge. You don't have to know how to perform brain surgery. You just know how to know where a brain surgeon is. You need to know how to find the information you need. If you have that skill, there's nothing in the world that you can't know when you need to know it. And your brain doesn't have to be full of a bunch of useless stuff that you don't need at any given time. You can reserve that for things that you enjoy if you know how to get knowledge. So if I need to fix a car, I go find out how to fix that part. I go learn, and then I go do. So I gained experience by doing and knowledge by learning, and I didn't need the rest of it. I just needed that one thing. So that's the beautiful thing about knowledge. Having people that know things is a must in this world. If you collect a good team of people that know how to do random things, you can do just about anything. And Mark says, how's everybody doing? And hello, guten Abend. Amy, how are you? Is that German or Swedish? Amy says, guten Abend, Mark. We get es lean. That sounds like Klingon. And good evening, Mark. How are you? Mark says, holla, Amanda and Jake, blessed be thee. Thou art blessed. And thine is the blessing. And Patty says, Miss Amy, this is true, baby girl. Baby girl. That's a new one. Maybe it's Maybelline. Hey, Mabel. Nice to see you. She says, ciao, everybody. Patty says, today is my son's birthday as well, Jake. Really? Interesting. We both had babies on the same day. How about that? And mine just turned 19. He's out there somewhere doing something. I hope he's well. He's been on my mind all day. Cowboys 8 Pound says, glad you keep it. Birthday wish to yourself with pride. I mean, he's my son. I'm the one that caught him when he came out like a spring. He jumped out, and we caught him by his toes as he left. Wasn't quite that dramatic, but it seemed like it. I'm the first person that ever touched him. He slept right here on my chest for 6 months. Yeah, I remember it. But thank you. Aaron, what's up, brother? He says, I'm looking at your pickle. For all your troubles and desires, Jake's support pickle. Coming to you soon. Pickle in a pouch. Pickle in a pouch when you need an ouch.
You're like there, pickle. Hey, wait, put it back up. Now turn it sideways. Lay it on its side. Lay it on its side. No, it's the other. Okay, now flip it forward. Now flip it all the way over. 180. Nope, other way. With the front of it is facing the camera. Now flip it one more time.
What?
Oh my word!
What are we doing?
Now flip it to your right. One turn. Flip the top to the. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Other way. Flip it over. One more. There you go. Now it looks like a mouse. Never mind.
The hell are you talking about?
Never mind. If you would hold it right, it looks like a mouse.
You do realize that I can't flip it that way or it'll be facing me.
No, I didn't say flip it around. I said flip it over.
Yeah, well, if I did.
Yes, just like that. It looks like a mouse.
There you go. Pickle in a pouch when the world gives you an ouch. You got a problem you need to outfox? Get Jake's pickle in a box. I can do this all day. Hey, Aaron, what's up, brother? Amy says, pickle in a pouch. Oh, my God.
Hi,
Right.
Mabel. Hi, Mabel and Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. I was getting there. I got sidetracked with the pickle. Amy says, hey, Aaron, kissy face.
Hello, Aaron.
Debbie. Debbie says, hello, everyone. Just in time to see the pickle in the pouch. Yeah.
He come in and handed me that today with a shit-eating grin on his face. I was like, I see.
I got to entertain my peeps. And I thought of Debbie when I saw that, and I was like, I got to buy that. Oh, and for extra fun, this is Jake's spicy pickle in a pouch.
Oh, yeah, it's a hot pickle.
It's a hot pickle, baby.
Ooh,
It's a hot pickle when you need a tickle.
twice.
Twice. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. She says, number 2. Nice to see you, Judy. Amy says, hi, Mabel and Hannah. And Judy says, hey, Jake and Amanda. Hi. How are you?
Hi, Judy.
Amy says, hey, Judy. Heart, heart. Judy says, hey, everybody. Aaron says, I knew I was missing something. The pickle. Judy says, hey, Amy. And Amanda says, LOL, the red pouch.
And a big old black pickle.
And a big old black pickle.
I'm dying. I can't believe neither one of us thought about that on the green screen.
Man, it happens. What's the number?
842.
842. Mark says, sorry. Sorry back. I clicked the untethered swag heaven by accident. What are you talking about, there, Mark? What are you being sorry for?
You must have clicked out for a second or something.
Untethered swag heaven.
Yeah, you clicked the store.
Oh, you clicked on the store. I got you. Mark says, Amy, you speak German? German? Well, she can type it anyway.
Hi, Judy.
Ferd Durkison says, hey, Ferd. What's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Wave your hand back. Mark says, I'm doing great. Free tag, bear tag, LOL.
Hi, Ferd.
I don't speak German, but I do a mean German accent. I'll have to show you in private one day. Amy says, a little bit of German. I was an exchange student in high school many decades ago. Right on. And Mark says, ciao, Mabel. Rachel's here. Hey, Rachel. Nice to see you, darling. How are you? She says, hello. Have you met my pickle?
Yes.
This is an emotional support pickle. Hot flavored emotional support pickle.
Make you warm all the way around.
That's right. When life hands you an ouch, you need to get Jake's pickle in a pouch. You got a problem you need out, Fox? Get Jake's pickle in a box. You wake up a fag?
Get you a gag in a bag.
Get a gag in a bag.
I can't with you. I just can't.
Amy says, hey, have you heard? Ferd is the word. Hey, good to see you. Ferd. Ferd is the word. Ferd.
Hi, Rachel. How you doing?
Pickle in a box.
Oh, Lord.
Ferd said, smiley. Amy says, hi, Rachel. Awesome seeing you here. It is nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Aaron says, LOL, the pickle is going to come out black. The green pickle is like, well, every now and then you just need a big old black pickle.
Oh, God.
It's all right.
You need to stop.
Mark says, hey, Judy and Aaron. I think of Key and Peele when I see your name, Ferd, Patty, Cowboy. Because of the sketch. I think that was the point. Amy says, AI dancing pickle, Aaron. Right on. Amy says, Key and Peele, smiley. Mark says, that's awesome, Amy. Where did you end up in Germany? I wish I could have done an exchange program whilst I was younger, but life has different plans than what you initially wish. This is true. Oh, Rachel says, I have a yodeling pickle. I think you might have me beat. Yodeling pickle, that's awesome. Nice. Yodeling.
I want one of them dancing, them kids' toys that dancing cactuses.
Yeah.
Then when you make a noise or something, it repeats the noise and dances. Lights up. It's pretty cute.
Mm-hmm. I'll just shave one day and you can have what you need.
No.
It'll
That's
be
no
prickly anyway.
That's no fun.
Dancing cactus. And Mark says, have you guys seen the AI Bigfoot videos and such? LOL. Summer comedy gold. Yeah, I've seen them. I actually kind of like them. Whoever thought of that was pretty smart. And I think, I'm not sure, I think it's one of Joe Rogan's friends. I recognize the voice. I might be wrong. Sometimes voices are deceptive. But I kind of think it's Duncan Trussell behind that voice. You just have to look and see. Judy says, hey, Mark. Amanda says,
LOL, Rachel, where'd you get it? And I want to see a video.
Definitely want to see a video of a yodeling pickle. I got one that spits a lot. It's not really a yodeling pickle, but it has been known to produce noises.
Yeah, it has.
Amy says, Mark, mostly northern Germany, but we went to the back forest. We went to the back forest and saw Ludwig's castles. Ludwig who? Rachel says, my friend gave it to me. Okay, later on tonight or tomorrow, I'll message you a video. Nice. Thank you. And we might can use that. We might can use the yodeling pickle as a part of the ongoing pickle gag that we got going on here. No pun intended. Pickle gag. Judy says, hey, Rachel. And Debbie says, Amazon has yodeling pickles. Nice. How you doing, Debbie? Nice to see you, sweetie. As you can tell, I was thinking about you today. Amy says, yodeling pickles. That's awesome, Rachel. And Rachel says, I think she's got it from either Five and Below or Amazon.
Sweet, thanks.
Maybe. Well, Debbie just said they had them on Amazon, so probably that's where she got it.
Yeah, Linda just sent me a link for one from Amazon.
Linda's here? I hadn't seen
No,
her
she's
yet.
not in yet. She's lurking.
Oh, hi, Linda. Mark says, BRB. Sorry. 9.
Okay, I'll see if I can find one.
And Rachel says she also has a pickle dough. Well, if you got a pickle, you kind of got one, don't you? Sorry. Cowboy says, be back. Telephone, be back.
Oh, Lord, that's too much. That's for Debbie.
Lort? Who is Lort?
It's a Medea thing.
I thought it was my sister's thing. She says that all the time, and I ask her, who is this Lort person you're talking about?
It's better than saying Lord.
I disagree.
Why?
I prefer the one that can actually do something when I call his name.
But I'm not calling him for that reason.
Oh, well.
Now, if I was referring to him, I would refer to him correctly.
Judy says, hey, Debbie. And Rachel says, it is actually really cool. Well, when you say yodeling pickle, I'm visualizing the dancing fish. You know, the one on the plaque. I don't know if that's it or not, but that's kind of what I'm seeing in my head. Maybe standing upright.
I'm thinking it's probably like a pickle in a planer or something. That,
it could be like a pickle in a lederhosen.
Yeah, a pickle in a something that wiggles back and forth. I don't know. I haven't went and looked yet because I'm doing the podcast, but I have a link for it.
Did they tell you to wear the lederhosen? Did you put the lederhosen on the back? I don't know what I'm saying. You put it on backwards. Rachel says, I read that one. She does antique fetishes on OnlyFans. Unique fetishes on OnlyFans. Cool.
Oh, Lord, Rachel.
Do elaborate. What do you mean by unique?
She has a pickle fetish. Keep reading.
Okay.
Or she has a...
Do you mind if I respond to these in time?
She has a unique toy fetish, clearly, because she has a pickle toy.
Wow. There it is again. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, Rachel. LOL.
Rachel says she has a stunning pickle butt plug from Amazon. It was $200. Wow. Wow. That's a valuable butt plug. Rachel says, I meant Etsy from Australia. LOL. Etsy, that's like the eBay thing, right? It's like eBay, but only cheaper. Not Amazon. Right. Amber Grounds is here. She says, I used to have a simply amazing circle of friends that hold so much knowledge. It was amazing being able to ask so many questions and learn. Happy Red Friday, y'all. What's red about it? Is that a thing I don't know about? And you have that now, Amber. Don't believe me? Ask any question you like. I kind of do a thing. I build a channel to answer questions just like that. So if you have a question, ask, and I'll answer it. And I am your friend, so you still have that. Aaron says, Amy, I could make one.
LOL.
I think that was what she was asking you to do.
Oh, LOL. Wow.
Wow, what?
Talking about her
Oh,
pickle.
the butt plug. Got it. Razor says it was handmade in Australia. A handmade butt plug. Now that's interesting. For so many reasons.
I want to know how they got the mold. Or how they justified how big they wanted it. Yeah, I have questions myself.
Amanda says
My chat jumped.
8:49.
Hi, Amber.
Patty says, your son remembers you as well, Jake. I promise. I hope so. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that. It was a series of unnecessarily complex reasons that pulled us apart. Unnecessarily complex reasoning. But apart we are nonetheless. And I hope he thinks on me from time to time. That would make me sleep better at night. Amy says, back to work. Nose to the grindstone, Amy. Never mind a mule. Just load the wagon. You'll get there when you get there. I know the feeling. Me too. Aaron says, ice cream time. Right on. Amy says, hi, Amber. Heart. Mark says, back. Sorry. My dog was losing his mind. Mabel says, speaking of learning, Hannah found a really cool game she wants to play on computer. It's called Satisfactory. And it looks like it will be great for maths and organization. I think I remember the game that you're referring to. And if it's what I'm thinking it is, it will be. I think it's from a series of games that were put out for scholastic purposes, and it basically turns math into a game. And it seems like I remember something like that from back in the day. It's an old game, yes. If it is the one I'm thinking about, she'll love it. It's really cool that she's looking for things that she can both enjoy and learn from, which is a very important part of learning, to enjoy it. So it's actually kind of smart to use video games to teach math. If they'd have had that when I was a kid, maybe I would have been interested in it. Amber says, Amy, smiley, smiley, with herpes. And Mabel says, also, your chat's going to jump. I know it does that. I'll find it, though.
8:51.
Mabel says, also, she says, hi, and thank you, Amanda and Jake. Hi, Hannah. Nice to see you. Keep working on that math. That'll take you to good places in life. Don't listen to the friends of yours as you're growing, people your age. They'll tell you math sucks. It does, but knowing it will suck a whole lot less. Mark says, Amy, Key and Peele, Aaron, Bill Ackery. Bill Ackery. Aaron, is that an exclamation point? No, that's an L. Aaron L. Bill Ackery. I don't know. I haven't seen the skit. Denise, says Aaron. Denise. Like Denise? I don't know. Judy says, hey, Amber. Mark says, that's fun either way. Amazing sights to see all across Germany.
I I was born.
I was born in Heisberg, northeast, close to the border of Belgium. Nice. So you know what's in those waffles. Mark says, well, she can type it anyway. Right. Denise, got it. And Denise. I got you. I guess I have to go see the skit so that I get the joke. I understood it when he explained it to me. There was a breakdown of his name, but I didn't see the skit. Aaron says, Timo thee. I'm guessing it has to do with learning how to read for people that are foreign or whatever, or people that speak in less than good English. And the joke is in how you break the words apart. That's what I'm guessing. Don't know. Mark says, thank you for being Aaron. Every time I see Aaron, that's what I think of. Right on. Aaron says, that's how I got the nickname. So I guess I'm just saying it wrong. I should be calling you AA Ron. I just assumed that was a spelling fry. Either way. Mark says, Satisfactory is a really fun. What's great about those simulation games is there's a lot of math behind them if you want to minimize or maximize them. Right on. Yeah, I think it definitely is the game I'm thinking about, too. What kind of name is Blake? Blake? I don't know. A simple one. A British one.
It's 𝕚𝕚𝕝𝕚𝕝𝕚𝕚.
Billicky. Billacky. And Mark says, I'll stop. Bill Bennett says, I got your old lady too. Really? You better be prepared. She's insatiable.
Hi, Bill.
Amanda says, hi, Bill. Amy says, pickle in a pouch. Such a big deal. Right on. Such a big deal. I like it. I like it a lot. And Judy says, hey, Bill, have you seen Jake's pickle in a pouch? It's a big deal. Seg Hennessy, says Aaron. Oh, Seg Hennessy. Oh, Seg Hennessy. The last 20 minutes, I have no idea what we're saying. I'm just reading. Bill says that was a joke. Punchline. I don't remember the joke, though. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Mabel says, Mark, yes, my daughter was showing me today, and she is going to ask her dad if she can get it when he calls, and hopefully later tonight. And I'm happy she chose an educational video game. Me too. That seems like she's got the right priorities. You know, she's looking for something that'll make her a better human being, which is always a good thing. That's what you want, especially when you're young, because there's so many things to get distracted by and so many temptations. It's quite amazing that a young person would have the forethought to go in that direction on her own. That's beautiful. That's proof of good parenting. Bill says, hello, fam. Bill, my friend, how are you? Mark says, that would be awesome. If she can get it tonight, she'll enjoy it. Aaron says, wake up, thick-headed, get a pickle, and embed it. Nice. That's a good one. And Mark says, oh, Germany. Oh, yeah. Y'all ever watch Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Yeah. Chim chimity, chim chimity, chim chim chiroo. Mabel says, I'm sure she will, Mark. It is my husband's money, so she must ask him, but I have no doubt he will say yes. Smiley face with herpes. And Mark says, I've been to that castle as a child, LOL. The Mozart capital, no, Wolfgang capital, what was it? I forget now.
I don't know.
Piano player. I don't remember now either. The castle. Ludwig, that's it. Drummer, not piano player.
Oh.
No, piano player, Ludwig van Beethoven. And Mark says, that makes sense. And good to show her boundaries as a child. I sure hope he will say yes. I'm sure he will. That would be miles ahead of what I would expect to be asked if I were the dad. I'm pretty sure that, you want to learn math? Sure, let me pay for that. Yes. I have no doubt about that. Mark says, I bed the pickle into the ball. You watch your mouth about my pickle. Embed the pickle into a ball. What?
Pickleball.
Embed.
In bed. Yeah. Like Aaron said something about.
Yeah. I got it. Mabel says, of course. And I think it's a multiplayer game, so I will as well get into it so we can play together. She is super excited. It has been talking my ears off about it all day. 999 is what I say. You must get excited about the wall. Anyway, Mark says, it's warming and awesome seeing such enthusiasm. Yes, it is. And from young people, because look outside. Those are the stupidest people Earth has ever produced. So somebody that's young, wanting to use their mind, bravo. I thought that was a lost art. Amy says, it is as warming as a hot pickle, Mark. Is it as warming as a hot pickle? Well, that is a hot pickle. That is a hot flavored pickle. Hot. Till your daddy takes a T-bird away. Okay. Mabel says, yes, very. I love to see her excited about things. I know you are. Aaron says, have you seen the dancing Santa that moons people? Yes, I have. Many moons ago.
No pun intended. Pun intended.
Pun intended. Mark says, my little sister recently binged for about 3 hours about their favorite game. Binged? Expounded? And they've developed some art skins for it at a family gathering. It was warming, and I can't find a better word. I hear you. A better word than binged? Exuded, espoused, clamored. It's a lot of good words. And Judy says, nope, Aaron, you haven't seen the... He goes like that, and then he drops his britches. I've seen it. It was all the rage back in the early 90s, late 80s, when they were selling the singing bass and the other little trinkets that move and make a lot of racket that you can buy for a ridiculous amount of money and put on your coffee table. So that every time you walk through the room, it just goes, wee, 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 oh. Vicky RN is here. She says, thanks for inviting me, Amy. Well, you're always invited, Vicky. Hit that subscribe button and you'll know every time we come online. It's like having your own personal stalker. Mark says, do hot pickles... Hold on, my chat jumped.
906.
My word. Mark says, do hot pickles squish into balls better? I want to play pickleball still. How do you know you don't hit the ball with the pickle? That would be more of an indicative of its shape rather than trying to squish it into the ball. I think the balls are like wiffle balls. It's wiffle ball, but with tennis.
With a pickle.
Or pickle. And Judy says, hey, Vicky. Amanda says, hi, Vicky. You say that.
Hi, Vicky. Hi,
And
Mark.
You already said hi to Mark.
Oh, LOL, Mark.
Mark says, welcome on in, Vicky. Welcome on in. Well, come on in. Vicky says, hi, Judy. And Mark says, Amy predicted that chat jump perfectly. I'm scared. Yep. It's, you can time it. It happens quite regularly. And I don't know why. That's the thing. I think it has something to do with the refresh rate. But there are chats all over the world. And I've been using them since the early 90s. This is the only one that will not stay where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but YouTube won't do nothing about it because you are about the only one that stays focused on your chat. So it's really only you, the only one it affects.
Maybe.
I've never seen another chat do what you do. They only read super chats, so their chat stays at the bottom.
Well, that's the difference between them and me.
That's
I
what I'm
offer
saying.
quality entertainment, personalized for your view and pleasure. I mean, you get to hear me bitch about the chat jumping all the time. What more could you want from a floating head? Amy says, hey, Vicky, kissy face and heart. And Vicky says, thanks, Mark. I hope everyone had a great week. Me too, Vicky. I hope you had a great week. And Mabel says, it is a newer game, I think. I might have let Hannah explain it. I might have to let Hannah explain it because I could not keep up. But essentially, you build factories and automate stuff. Yeah. It might be a remake of an old game, too. The one I'm thinking about, I was playing with while I was in college, so that was some time ago. But it might be a remake or reimagining of that idea because basically there's games like that. And it would seem to me that you could build something. I don't remember if it was factories or what, but you could build something and it was functional. And you used math to get it right. And if you got it wrong, it would blow up. That seems to be the way I remember it. But either way, I get the idea. It's good to have a game like that. Also, English games are good to have, too. Teach you a lot about grammar that you won't learn in school anymore, unfortunately. And if you've ever tried to communicate with a barista at 9 o'clock in the morning, you will understand immediately that English is a dying breed, people that speak it. And we desperately need it back. Mark says, it was a very wet work week, but it was a good week. I hear you, Mark. Did you get caught in the rain a lot, or you just like playing in water? Amy says math needs to grow up and solve its own problems. Right on. And Mark says, oh, not for the farmer working in the hole just up the road. Framer working up the road in the hole. What would a framer be doing in a hole?
Framing it? Stopping it from collapsing?
Maybe. Judy says, LOL, Amy. And Mark says, but it was all right week for me. LOL. Ow, man, I shouldn't laugh, but it helps. I know what he's going through. What are you laughing at? That would be a good help. I can't read your mind. Oh,
I'm assuming the framer in the hole getting wet.
Maybe. That's probably what it is, but I didn't get the joke. Oh, not the framer. Not for the framer working in the hole just up the road. He's not wet because the last thing he said was about being wet all week. Then he said he shouldn't laugh, but it helps. And then he said, ow, I shouldn't laugh, but it helps. So maybe he broke his rib, so he shouldn't laugh. Why else would laughing hurt? I don't know. There's a lot of questions in that paragraph. I am beside myself with...
Inquiring minds would like to know.
Then he finishes it with, oh, holla hub.
We missed a chat message. Hold on. Did we?
No.
No.
No, that whole exchange is out there by itself.
I shouldn't still be learning English. I shouldn't be still learning English. LOL. I live in Canada. Unless he's talking about that one.
I don't know. Mabel says, Mark, if you are from Germany and still learning English, I understand the struggle of finding words. I am from Italy and I live in Canada now, 5 years, and still use Translate often. And Mark says, I shouldn't be struggling learning English still. I live in Canada also. Nope. And Mark says, OMG, BC, here, you. BC stands for...
British Columbia.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see, if I'm allowed to work, that would have been a good joke there. But Vicky says, my son's name is Blake, and he's in South Korea, active military today. Well, thank him for his service. South Korea is a pretty cool place to be, from what I understand, though. A lot of advancements over there that you wouldn't imagine. I mean, they're very high tech in South Korea. North Korea, not so much. It's like Tokyo used to be in North Korea now. Aaron says, I found Oregon Trail. I guess they updated it. Really? Is that still a thing? I remember playing Oregon Trail when it was just a text game, and all you could do was text. Just right in it's all in your head. It's a video game with no video. Just imagine it. That's a long time ago. Matter of fact, I think that was the first video game that got popular. Mabel says, I feel that I should not be learning anymore either, but there is very much to learn. A lot of slang and double meanings. Yes. English is a very, very complicated and ridiculous language. There's no other way to put it. We just have rules for no reason. Like the different ways of pronouncing words. And slangs. Like the word ass. That word can be used a lot of different ways. And depending on how you use it, the meaning of it will change, sometimes completely. Like, if you say ass, that means your butt. But if you say half-ass, that means that you're doing a job with very little affection. You're barely doing the job. If you say whole ass, that's an insult. Right? You could flip it on its head and say dumbass, and that means that you're really dumb. Or you could flip it around and say smart ass, and that means you're even dumber. It's really weird, that word. And I could go further, but I won't because it gets dirty. But you're doing pretty good with the English language, both of you. I haven't had any trouble understanding your intent. Patty says, I watch a lady from Canada called Amazing Polly. I know a Polly. Her name is polyurethane. She's got a pretty name. She's adorable. and portable and waterproof. And Mark says, thank you for understanding, LOL. It is crazy, you know, what you want to say. It is crazy. You know what you want to say, but it doesn't make sense, LOL. Where are you from, Mabel? Well, you don't have to worry so much about what you're saying because you got a pretty good handle on that. I would concentrate more on where to put commas and periods. That makes it really hard to understand if you don't know where the one sentence ends and another one begins, or if there's a pause, or if you're supposed to just read right on through. Those things are important. And Mabel says, Mark, I'm in Alberta. So you got Alberta and British Columbia. I don't know how far apart that is. Aaron says, Vicky, he is Blake. Mark says, hey, I've been contemplating moving out there for work, but I go fishing commercially in the summer, and I can't do that in Alberta, LOL. Mark says, Principal O'Shaughnessy. Are you trying to say Sean Hennessy? And Vicky says, I meant to say it's my son Blake's 29th birthday today. Wow. We got 3 children whose birthday is today in the chat. Isn't that interesting? Well, thank y'all for playing along. I have a son whose birthday is today. Patty has a son whose birthday is today. And Vicky has a son whose birthday is today. 19's all the way around. Or 1929, and I don't know the other one, but I'm guessing there's a 9 in it, if patterns hold true. Mark says, LOL. That's laugh out loud, out loud, out loud. Mabel says, I am from Vicenza, Italy, Mark. Northern Italy. I think I said that right. Vicenza. And Mark says, happy birthday, Bill Aki. Blake. Mabel says, and yes, Mark. That is why I use translate, so I do not sound stupid. No, nobody's going to think you're stupid. And Aaron says, this is Jake's son's birthday, too. Isn't that neat? 3 people in here who has a son whose birthday is today, so far. The night is young. We might have a record. Vicky says, my youngest daughter has been in Germany, also active military, for the past 4 years. Wow. That's fantastic, Vicky. I bet you're a proud mama. And Mark says, oh, beautiful country. I moved to BC and went to Vancouver Island. I don't know what that word is. Bexus? I don't know. I wanted to be close to the sea, and I couldn't imagine being that close to the sea at all times as a child, LOL. And Debbie says, chitty chitty bang bang, hide the kids. It's actually a good movie. A little old school, but a good movie. And Patty says, it's my son's birthday as well, right? Mark says, you've never sounded dumb to me, but I've sure sounded dumb here due to misspellings, LOL, and miswordings. Nah, neither one of you sound dumb to me. Amy says, you don't look old enough to have a 29-year-old son, Vicky. And Mabel says, Mark, yes, it was lovely to grow up there. I moved to Canada to be with my husband 5 years ago. He brought me to the island a couple of times, to Tofino, I think it's called. Tofino. 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 I don't know how you say that. Vicky says, well, his birthday is the 8th, but in South Korea it's 11:14 a.m. on the 7th. Right on. Close enough. Nobody's counting. Aaron says, Leo got into trouble today outside. He stole the neighbor's bra off the clothesline. Smart dog. Is the neighbor cute? If so, you might want to give it back in person. You know what I'm saying? And Mark says, Germany, I think, as the second largest U.S. military presence in the world. Bless your son, Vicky. And Vicky says, I have a daughter that will be 40 in April. Wow. And Jake doing the accent. Mabel said,
LOL, Leo.
It was a bad attempt. Aaron says he got out. I've had that problem a few times, Aaron. I try to contain myself often, but sometimes I escape. And Judy says, hey, Patty. And Vicky says, my daughter, Celine, is at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. And my son is in South Korea, and he's in the Army, and she's Air Force. Nice. Very nice. Aaron says, I was like, that dog looks like Leo. And he zoomed past with a bra. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Mark says, Tofino, yes. Do you ever go surf? Tofino is famous for it. I'm up island a bit from it, but I was always fascinated by the sea. Growing up in Italy must have been amazing. I hear they got pretty good food there. And ice cream. And also gladiators. I don't know if they still have those. Aaron says he is an escape artist. Oh, yeah. Dogs can get out for sure. And Mark says, binged. I'm a youngin'. Jake, sorry. It's all right. And Mark says, then your chat's going to jump again.
9:17.
Mark says, then warming, not binged. I hear you. Vicky says, thanks, Amy. I missed them, but WhatsApp video calls help. I know that's right. At least you get to talk to him. I haven't seen my son in over a year. If I walked past him in the street, I'd have to do a double take if I even recognized him. That's a hard thing to swallow. Considering I changed his diapers and bottle fed him. You'd think you'd never forget, but you will. Amy says, LOL at Leo. And Mark says, XD, which I'm guessing is a face of some kind. Mabel says, Mark, yes, we surfed while we were there, and it was beautiful. And very good prices to rent surfboards for the day. Though the water was freezing compared to Italy, I needed a wetsuit, right? A little different in Canada. It's a different side of the equator. Italy's pretty close to the equator, isn't it? Mark says, blessed be your children and you, Vicky, doing what many cannot. Amen. And Vicky says, oh, man, they have so many pickleball courts here where I live. Pickle in a pouch. And Mark says, ha, it was a joke last night, Vicky. What was a joke? Oh, the pickleball thing? I don't know how it started. We just have a thing for pickles here, man. That's all I can tell you. It's a pickle thing. Pickle fetish. We have a pickle fetish. Untethered live pickle fetish.
It's a pickle fetish. You wouldn't understand.
Pickle, 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 pickle. Mark says, oh, I read that one. Amanda says,
They have a lot of them in Florida, too. Pickleball courts.
pickle fetishes in Florida. That's where it came from. Mark says, Jake said toy shove. Jake said toy shoved the pickle into the ball at first and then changed his position on hitting the ball with a pickle. I don't know if I said either one of those things.
Yeah, you did.
I did? Okay.
Because he said something about crushing the pickle into a ball. You said you should probably hit the ball with the pickle.
Right. I remember now. Yeah, it wasn't actually a position. It's more like an exposition. An exegesis, really. A thesis. Pickle me this, pickle me that. Have a pickle under your hat. Pickle me to, pickle me fro. Have me a pickle that I can throw. Or hit with a bat. Sam I am. Vicky says, Amanda, I'm in Florida now, South Punta Gorda. I moved mid-August, and I love it here. Florida.
It's funny. I didn't know she was in Florida. And I said, yeah, Florida's full of pickleball courts, and pops up she's in Florida.
It's also full of crystal meth, but take your pick. Vicky says, I'm trying to get Amy to come and visit me. That'd be nice. Nice Florida visit. Amy would enjoy that. Aaron's in Florida, too.
So is April.
Aaron says, you're like 45 minutes from me, Vicky. And Mark says, Mabel, really? Good prices and in Tofino in the same sentence? That's crazy. Crazy talk. He's got a wacky, wavy, flailing, inflatable arm man. Vicky says, oh, wow, that's cool. It takes me 15 minutes just to get out of my community with all the roundabouts. Oh, right. You live in one of those gated communities, don't you? I know the place. I know the kind of place. Anyway. Aaron says, they have a pickleball court where I live. Amanda?
LOL, Vicky. I used to live between Tampa and Orlando. I just moved to North Carolina a year ago. I was born and raised in Florida.
I lived there for 15 years myself. Mark says, and oh yeah, I don't go swimming in the water. F no, it's too cold, LOL. I love to fish the waters, though. Fishing is a lot less water inducing. True. Still got a lot of water. You just don't have to get into it very often. I personally have no desire to go to the ocean, the beach, the sea, on a boat, in a plane. I have no desire whatsoever. Why? Because everything in the ocean is trying to kill you and can wipe you off the face of the earth if it wants to. The only reason it doesn't is it hasn't decided to. And I'm smart enough to know that. I'm not going to go where I'm not wanted. And if everything there's trying to eat me, I'll stay on land. I got 2 perfectly good feet right down there. There's nothing in the ocean that, and plus I've seen Jaws. I'll stay on land. Thank you very much. Mabel says, Mark, I thought it was good prices. Smiley face. $200 Canadian. That's $200, for the surfboard and wetsuit. Maybe expensive, but it was worth it for the fun. Right on. See what I did there? That was funny. Vicky says, laughing is the best medicine. Yes, it is. And Judy says, So is Lake Michigan, Vicky. The best medicine? I mean, you could drink it, but you'll probably get a mouthful of parasites. That Lake Michigan water's kind of nasty, you know. Everything rains and goes into that. Think about how many dead bodies are in that water. And Mark says, framers do the foundation truss woodwork and concrete work. Oh, that kind of framer. That's not what I was thinking when you said framer. I was thinking finish carpenter. Now you can see why it was surprising in my mind trying to picture that. And Vicky says, yeah, I live on Lake Michigan all my life. It takes a while for it to warm up. Right on. Mark says, you guys missed a chat message. Did we? Where?
It didn't post. We figured it out. Just go ahead and keep going.
Okay.
We figured it out.
Okay. I'm on live chat.
Yeah, we didn't miss one.
Mark says, damn near cut it off. What are we talking about? Same thing?
It was part of the
Rip.
chat that didn't post.
Ah. Well, keep that thing in your pants, man. It's dangerous. Judy says, born and raised by Lake Michigan. Have you ever seen the Lake Champlain monster? What was his name? Boingo Boingo or whatever it is. I don't think that's it. It might be. Went there every day during the summer. Mark says, I sent another message. It's on my end. I don't know. Nope. Amy, anyways, y'all will see. But now you got my suspense up. I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm curious.
You'll see.
Doesn't seem to be anything that's going with the current conversation about Lake Michigan, is it?
No.
Did you let your Champlain monster out?
I think Judy and Patty are talking about one thing, and Mark and Mabel and I think it's just Mark and Mabel are talking about something else.
I got it.
And Vicky maybe.
That's all right. I can go in more than one direction. Mabel says sometimes they do not send, Mark. It happens. Yeah, and sometimes YouTube will yank it for some reason. I've not figured out why they do that yet. Because sometimes it might be an offensive statement, and sometimes it's perfectly benign, and they do it anyway. So I don't know what their criteria is, but it's not me. Vicky says, same here, Judy. I'm from Holland and North Muskegon. Mark says, Mabel, with the wetsuit for a day's rent, isn't that bad, honestly? Or isn't that bad, honestly? Honestly, it's not that bad. And Judy says, Rakeen. Rakeen? Is that a place? Mark says, well, they will see it shortly, Mabel, and be puzzled. No, I'll connect it immediately.
Because you're puzzled about what he was talking about.
Now I'm eagle-eyed and I'm looking for it. I'm half asleep. Don't do that to me, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, support, join, and if you can, I could use that. After all, I'm quite funny. Vicky says, they are. He takes his camera grocery shopping, and the stores are so much different than ours. Technology, even, and his apartment is amazing, says Vicky. Nice.
Mark, repost the comment you said that we missed, please. We don't see it. YouTube might have blocked it.
Judy says, Rakeen, other side of the pond, Vicky. Ah. And Mark says, well, it didn't send. What is it? That would help a lot.
The comment.
He was walking the wall, cutting the truss ends, and I don't know what happened, but the skill saw through the forearm, artery hit, bone hit. Sounds like somebody cut their arm off.
Yeah,
or damn near off.
He gets it further down in the chat. He gets to explain it.
Mark says, just had a child 5 weeks ago as well. I'll stop bringing down the vibe. But man, you can't bring down the vibe because we don't know what you're talking about. And it came out of nowhere. We're talking about surfing, and then guy cuts his arm off right in front of me and dies miserably in a UFO took his body away.
It didn't come from nowhere.
Okay.
We were talking about it raining all week, and then the guy in the hole.
He's in the hole because he cut his arm off?
He cut his arm off in the hole.
In the hole. I see.
But that's still the same conversation from his raining in the hole conversation.
He says, sorry, DX.
I said, wait, Mark, you had a baby? LOL. How?
How did you have a baby?
I got confused there for a minute.
Are you one of those transmissions?
Now I have lots of questions.
Vicky says, Mark, congratulations on the new baby. Congratulations on the money. You know, the one you get for being the first guy to pull that off?
Right.
Ever? Mark says, above what you said is essentially what the message YouTube blocked. He blocked it because of the violence of the... Yeah, I got it now. Makes sense. Yeah, they do that. I don't know why they do that. I didn't ask them to do that. They just do that. I laughed about it because arg. I know what he's going through, do you? Did you cut your arm off too? What are we? Okay. No, says Mark. Effing YouTube. Language. There's minors present, Mark. Mabel says, this shit's good, man. This shit's bad. Your shit, his shit, her shit, bad. My shit, good. Nice. Amanda says,
My chat jump.
929.
Just kidding, Mark. Congratulations on the little one.
Mark says, last attempt because I'm spamming the chat and I don't want to be. The framer up the road in the hole was taking the walls out, cutting the truss tail ends. I don't know what happened, but I guess he slipped with a skill saw in his hand and cut down to the bone and hit the artery. And he is effed. He just had a child with his wife, not me. Got it. All right, that makes a little bit more sense. So the guy that you work with hurt himself on the job. Did he die?
No.
He's alive.
It's further down.
Okay, so he'll be able to raise the kid, no problem.
Yes.
Then. So he's not completely effed. He just is there with one less arm. Did you see the video we posted on the Facebook page today? There's plenty of things you can do with one limb and be quite successful. And there's proof. We posted it on the Facebook page today. Go look at that video, and that'll lift your spirits a little bit. He's not effed. He just has to rethink and restructure things. But where there's a will, there's a way. Debbie says, 8-ball, is Mabel's good shit? Is Mabel's shit good? 8-ball says, nah, Mike, her shit's awesome. Her shit's awesome. I can't do it. Australia eludes me. Mark says, he is effed. I read that one. Amanda says,
oh, no, Mark. Did they get to him on time to save him?
Mark says, I wonder if those sent and I cut it up so most should send and get the message across. So you got it this time. You'll see it if they sent.
Yeah, he'll see it. But even if it didn't send, he'll still see it.
Right.
In his chat. So he won't know unless he's got more than one device to see it on.
Right. Now, I won't see it, but you'll see it because it's in your chat. Amanda says,
Oh, okay. I got it now. LOL.
Keep going.
They came through now, Mark.
Cowboys 8 pounds says, yes, more coffee, definitely. Yes, more coffee, definitely. I had to break into my pickle. Cowboy says, number 6, like. Remind you of anyone? Stop it. Bad pickle. Mark says, okay. I cut it up because I didn't know what was being canceled, so I did trial and error testing, LOL, out loud. And you guys thought I had a child, so I had to clarify. Well, the funny thing about this is you can just think about it for a minute. If YouTube is censoring you, it's because it's violent or you're saying something unacceptable. So just don't say that thing when you type it. All the rest of it will go through. It's just that one thing, and that might get the whole chat pulled if you add the violent thing to it. You know, the blood and guts of it all. Which I don't know why they would do, because I have it clearly marked that this is not for minors. This shouldn't even show up to people that are minors, but it does. And we have lots of kids that come in here, so we have to kind of keep it PG-13 or, you know, NC-17 at the very worst. Amanda says, LOL, Mark. And Judy says, did the farmer live, Mark? Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Did the farmer survive? And Mark says, I am's sorry for the spam, but I didn't see a better way than cutting the message up to try. Understood. Well, just take your time. I'll read it. You're not in any rush. You don't have to fight the machine. Just say it one line at a time if you have to, and it'll come through, and I'll read it. Mark says, the farmer is alive. Yes, his arm will probably heal well. So why is he effed? But it won't ever be the same after something like that, LOL. It was a good week for me, was the joke I was trying to get across. Yeah, it was a good week for you, but a bad week for him. I got it. Well, here's the thing. He might not ever be the same again, but he can survive. If he's alive, that's what's important. The baby's not going to be without a father, and he will figure out another way to survive if he can't work as a framer anymore. Because, as I said, if you'll go look on our Facebook page, there's a video posted today about a guy who's only got one leg, and he figured out a way to make lots and lots of money with that one leg just by embracing it. Go check that out and then maybe relay that to your friend, because it's a positive and uplifting message that'll help him out. And thank you, Mark, for the $10 Canadian. I appreciate it. Mark says, I was born to sow chaos and confusion. I would say I'm here for it with a big old smile, but I don't have a choice in the matter. LOL. I'll stop hollering for the rest of the night. You don't have to sow chaos and confusion. You can just have a conversation with me. I'm your friend, and I'm not going to kick you out for saying things that you want to talk about. But you don't have to holler either. Just talk. A lot of people in here, though, but let them talk too. But, you know, you got it. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. I will put that directly towards a light bill when I receive it. Amanda says, no, you didn't. You did right. And thanks, Mark. Yeah, you did right. You got it. You figured it out. Post it in little bits. And Mabel says, I'm definitely not old enough to have a 14-year-old daughter, but here we are. Right on. It looks good on you, too. I can tell that you are stepping up to the challenge. And Amy says, yummy, sounds delicious, Terrafino. I don't know what a terrafino is, but it does kind of sound delicious, doesn't it? So does a hot and spicy pickle. Pickle, you gonna eat that pickle? Mark says, with a 40-year-old daughter, LOL. Tiramisu vino. Ah, I see what you did there. Mark says, tiramisu. And Mark hits me with another $10 Canadian and says, just talking simply causes confusion, LOL. Out loud, out loud, out loud. Never. Talking simply never causes confusion. I mean, if you want to get excited about it, you certainly can. But thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate that very much. Tiramisu vino. Judy says, good to be here, Mark. Good to hear, Mark. Amy says, I'm still working. I'm almost done, and then I'll be able to chat. Excellent. Aaron says, polycarbonate. That's polyurethane sister. And Debbie says, I didn't mean the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was bad for kids. The town did not allow kids, and they were hidden. And one of my favorite scenes is when they perform for the king. I've seen that movie, but it's been a very, very long time ago. And I'm not sure if I saw a remake or the original. Where are we at?
9:36.
9:36. 9:36. 9:36. 9:36. 9:36. I found it. Mark says, just sad. Gonna talk to all the guys we work around to pitch in and get him some kind of boost to go with compo holiday season and all, you know? I do. That would be a wonderful thing to have a fundraiser for him, and also would show him how much he's valued around your workplace. Maybe you can even get the boss to pitch in a little something like workman's compensation. That would be nice. But thank you for doing that, and God bless you on your endeavor. I think you'll be successful. And Maple says, that is very kind of you and your co-workers, Mark. Yes, it is.
It is sad, and that's awesome. I'm sure they will need all the help they can get.
Yeah, especially if you guys could cover some of those medical bills, right? Like maybe you could talk the boss into doing that part. That would be a big help. I'm sure he doesn't even care about, getting compensated. He ain't trying to make a killing. He's just trying to survive the ordeal. So if he could get those doctor bills covered, that'd probably be a big help. Because at the very least, he's definitely, if it went as deep as you say, he's definitely going to need reconstructive surgery. Amy says, be right back. Taking a load to the dumpster. Before you get up for that final snack, I want you guys to know I'll be right back. Amy says, where's Kevin? Yeah, where is Kevin, Debbie? Tell him we said hello. Yell down at the basement.
I was going to say, get him out of the basement, Debbie. Let him out of the basement.
Mark says, least we could do. I hope others chip in as well. I hope so, too. It happens today, so I'm going to talk to them all on Monday. It happened today. Got it. Well, one thing you can remind them when you're talking to them is it could be them sitting there. It could happen to anybody. And if they would like for somebody to pitch in if they got hurt, maybe that's something they should think about while pitching in for him. Probably a good way to start that conversation out. Because it could be you or it could be them sitting there needing a handout. Mark says, I've noticed a slight pickle fetish here. Yes. It's a metaphor. It's a euphemism. It's a double entendre. It's a innuendo. It's nuance incarnate. We're talking about my penis. Mark says, nettered and Goebbels. Right on. Mabel says, half of Africa is between Italy and the equator, but yes, closer than Canada, I think. It's better than Goebbels. I don't know what Goebbels is.
Gerbils?
Gerbils?
I've noticed the pickle fetish.
Pickle fetish is better than gerbil fetish. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Judy says, you think, Mark?
LOL, Mark.
Only Richard Gere would worry about that. Mabel says, Vic just texted and is calling soon. Be back in a bit. Tell him we all said hello and that we miss him.
Tell him we said hi, Mabel.
And Judy says, I hope he says yes, Mabel. He will. I have no doubt. Mabel says, of course, Amanda. Thank you. I will let him know. And thank you, Judy.
There goes Jake in his accent again.
Yes.
You notice his facial expression changes when he gets his accent?
Judy says, you are welcome. That's because I am a different person. Did you not know how personalities work?
Wow.
And Mark says, it only gets me in trouble when I do. You do what? What do you do?
Have a fetish? His fetish gets him in trouble?
Don't it all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
Judy says, LOL, Mark. Fab Daddy says, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Fab Daddy. What's going on, brother? Judy says, hey, Fab.
Hey, Fab.
Hey, Fab. How you doing out there? Hey, Fab, have you seen my pickle? All right. The pickle's getting old. Mark says, tuna fishing is my absolute favorite, followed by pawning and crabbing. Well, don't pawn. That's a bad habit to get into. Pretty soon you'll lose everything you got. Fab Daddy says, it's movie night, and I'm watching a free movie on Tubi called Match. It's disturbing. Match? Who's in it? And Mark says, I feel I'm doing this wrong. I always reply to what he is saying currently as well. Meanwhile, he is talking about something 30 minutes ago. Yeah, you have to wait for my interpretation. This is how it works. You talk, then I talk. Then you talk, then I talk. See how this works? And then we get the nipple clamps. Yes? No? Okay. Mark says, $5 Canadian. Nah, Chad is effing with me. I said in response to Judy, I don't think. When I do, it only gets me in trouble. Well, I can only read what's in front of me. You'll get the hang of it. That's all I can tell you. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to feel your way into it. It's a little bit of fun because it creates tension because nobody knows where anybody's at. But then you find a flow, and then everybody starts communicating properly. It just takes a little getting used to, that's all. It's a different way of communicating than you're used to, but it is fun. Don't let it get you down, Mark. You're doing fine. And Mark says, is this an ad, Fab Daddy? It might be. Are you getting an ad? Fab Daddy says, and a great show. Thank you. And Mark says, what you watching? A movie called Match, which is disturbing. I feel like we've been here. Amanda?
LOL, yeah, Mark. You'll get used to it.
Mark says, I've done it every day. I've been here. But it leads to circular conversations or annoyances, I guess. If you're getting annoyed by it, maybe. You shouldn't be, though. You're the one that's having the conversation. I'm just responding to it. So, this is how it works. Say a thing, and then move on. And then when I get to the thing, I'll read it and respond to it and move on. You cannot carry on a conversation 10 minutes in delay. That's not how it works. You make a statement involving a conversation, and then you move on. That's how it works. But don't get upset about it. Don't get aggravated. I'm not. Mark says, thank you, Amanda, for
Having me here.
me here again. LOL. You're a family now, Mark. And Mark says, LOL, we ain't talking about my pickleball. Aaron says, Amy taking a load to the dumpster. She might need toilet paper. Isn't that called dropping the kids off at the pool? Amy says, I got toilet paper. Aaron says, pickles first. Judy says, LOL. And Racine Ray, seen in Wisconsin, says Judy.
Racing Ray, seen in Wisconsin.
Was that Racine Ray? Is that what that says?
Racine.
That's Rakeem.
Or Racing.
Maybe Racine. I do not know. Amy says, ouch. My dad cut his fingers off with a table saw. Just now? That's terrible. What did you say to him? Aaron says, single limb equals 2 kids for me. Right on. I think I understand what you're saying. And Mark says, what is that thing, though? What's that thing between your legs? What's that thing between your legs? What's that thing between your legs? Cried Barnaby Bell the sailor. It's just a pole to tickle your hole, 'cause Barnaby Bell the sailor. Sorry.
I ain't heard that in forever.
Cried the fair young maiden. That's what it was. And Mark says, finding the violent word, I wondered it the same in the chopped up message, but I digress. Yeah, well, blood, guts, saw, cut off, things like that. Probably what gets it done. I don't know, because it's not my doing. I didn't program it to do that. But I'm guessing that's probably what they're looking for. In one way, I hate it that they interfere with my chat like that and stop people from saying what they want to say. But in another way, I'm kind of happy about it, because that means the algorithm is paying attention to me. That means that they're trying to put me out there. Somewhat. Which is new, because they don't like to promote conservative, right-leaning Christians. Amy says, silly college kids. Tricks are for kids. Sorry. I think they can sneak propping a door open. Not on my watch. Are they out there smoking cigarettes? Is that what they're doing? Or are they trying to get in? Keep the door open enough to get in. Or get out and then back in. Amy says, they'll just wait until I leave and then prop it open. Right on. Smiley. Well, they got to come and go. You got to remember being a kid. They're out partying probably. Amy says, Mark, thank you for supporting the show. Yes, thank you. Amy says, I paid my light bill today too, Jake. Well, it'll be the 23rd before I can pay mine, but I do appreciate it nonetheless. It's better than not having it. Amanda says, thanks, Mark. Yes, thank you. Amanda, you say that.
LOL, thanks, Mark. LOL, thanks again, Mark.
There you go. And Mark says, Vicky said Jake's chat was going to jump.
9:59.
And damn if it ain't true. Vicky talked about, quote, I was too old for a 15-year-old, quote, unquote. And I responded with, quote, yet you have a 40-year-old, unquote. I don't know why some messages don't send. I don't either. Unless they're thinking that you're insulting her and that we're trying to stop that from happening. I don't know why. There's Kevin. How you doing, brother? He says, hello, Jake, Amanda, and everyone. Hey, Kev. Nice to see you, my friend.
Hi, Kevin.
Amy says, hey, Kevin. And Mark says, thank you, Amy. Just trying to get my messages across without the wait, LOL. I'm trying to cut back on confusion. Well, you're going to have to worry about the wait because this is a delayed message. You talk, and then I read until I get to where you talked, and then I'll respond to it. It's like a linear conversation. Think about it like writing letters to a pen pal. Think about it like that. I'm the pen pal, and you're writing the letter, and I have a lot of friends. So when I get to your letter, I'll read it, and then I'll respond to it, and you'll get it. If you'll think about it like that and structure your conversations like that, it'll be a lot easier because you'll talk and you'll know how long it takes me to get to it, and then you'll hear my response to it. And in the meantime, you can talk about other stuff, but keep that thread open because we're going to come back to it when I get to it, right? So you could have multi-threads that all lead to me reading them. And then I'll respond to those multi-threads and close them up one at a time. Nice and neat. Like a computer. You're welcome. But it's not confusing at all. It's just consuming. Kevin says, hello, Amy. And Mark says, hey, Kevin, welcome aboard. Aboard. Welcome aboard. Amy says, Mark, get him some Vienna sausages and ladyfinger cookies. Nice. That's funny. And another $5 says, these aren't delayed nearly as much as what I meant. That was a super chat, Jake. Right on. And thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, because the super chats flash in front of his face and he goes and reads them immediately.
Right. When you pay me, I give you immediate attention because it flashes right in front of my face. Otherwise, I'm reading a chat down a long list of people talking to me, which takes time.
And we're on like 10:02 in the chat and it's 10:17, so we're 15 minutes behind.
Right on. Kevin says, Amy, that video Aaron did for you is pretty cool. I'm going to have to see it. I guess I missed it. The last one I saw was a rabbit dancing.
Yeah, no, he did this one today. I just went and watched it a minute ago.
All right. Well, show me when I'm done.
I will.
Mark says, I've destroyed the chat for the next few minutes. Nah. Kevin says, hello, Mark. Amy says, it is, Kevin. He asked me what I wanted, and I said a warrior to recover after addiction, and he nailed it. Wait, is that the girl with the armor?
Yeah.
I did see that video. I did see it. I saw it at work when I was on my way out the door. It flashed, and I looked at it, and I remember thinking that looked like Amy. I didn't make the connection until just now, though. I did see that. Cool. Mark says, speak of the devil. The devil? Where? And Judy says, hey, Kevin, stalking? Debbie says, Kevin, did you remember to turn the light up? And Kevin says, hello, Judy. I just got here. And another $5 super chat. That's what I meant by saying I was using these to cut the chat line, so to speak. Right on, Mark.
He's skipping line.
He's skipping in line. You keep right on skipping in line, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hit that Cash App, by the way. Put the bulk there. Do pennies here. Put the bulk there. That's $ Jake Johnson Band. Thank you. Amy says, Jake, show Kevin your new pickle pouch. If life hands you a big old ouch, get Jake's pickle in a pouch. Hot pickle, that is. How you like that?
It's invisible pickle.
Does this remind you of anyone? Mark says, amen, Jake. It takes a half a second and cutting most of my thumb off this year. Reattached it and all, but I'll hush, or I'll shush. I hit my thumb with a skill saw. I jumped right over it and I just cut the top. It didn't go through the bone. Thank God it was a dull blade. But I know the feeling of the fear of, oh my God, did I just lose my thumb? Kevin says, Debbie, you better go check and see if I'm still down there. Debbie says, no way, Kevin. I might miss Jake's pickle pouch. I love it. The old pickle pouch. You got a problem you need a fox? Get Jake's pickle in a box. Drama want to get you in a game of tag? Throw it. Jake's pickle in a bag. Mark says, asking people if they wish people to support them if it happened to them when asking for donations is a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not saying hit them with a guilt trip. I'm just saying remind them that it could be them sitting there. It could happen to anybody. Yeah. I'm not talking about guilt tripping them or trying to connive them in any way. Just it really could be them sitting there. And they would want somebody to support them. So that might give them the idea to support this guy. Especially in his time of need. That's a very necessary function of a community. Debbie says, Jake's pickle is getting old. Amanda don't mind. My pickle is getting old and wrinkly. And, you know. Judy says, I saw that, Mark. Amanda says,
LOL, Mark, thanks.
And Judy says, thanks, Mark. And Cowboys 8 Pound says, 8-ball, is that pickle too old? And 8-ball says, perhaps. Judy says, Mark, make sure you are on live chat. Yes, always. And Mark says, hiding half of what I say isn't fun, LOL. I know. Kevin says, almost forgot to like the stream. Yes, please hit that like button. Only 3 of you haven't, so hit that like button, you 3. You know who you are. And Judy says, make sure you're on live and not top chat. Live chat, not top chat, or all chat. Kevin says, Judy, I got both at the same time. How do you do that? 2 different phones? Amy says it could be that Canadian censorship, Mark. It could be that. I don't know. I don't know if there's different rules in different countries. I don't know how that works. That's a good idea, though, Amy. You might be right. And Judy says, I wish mine keeps putting me back on top chat. I wish, period. Mine keeps putting me back on Top Chat. Yeah, I think it starts out on Top Chat. You got to switch it to live when you log in.
Yeah, some of the ads will kick you back to Top Chat too. You got to pay attention to it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Mine's coming in through OBS. I have a separate window that's not attached to the YouTube channel that I'm looking at the chat through, so the ads don't affect mine. But it does jump quite a lot. And it makes me wonder. I think Saturday I'm going to read the YouTube chat and see if it jumps.
Yes, because mine jumps.
Does it?
Yes.
So it's not OBS causing it to jump.
No.
It jumps in YouTube, and I'm just seeing it jump here.
Yeah, so what it is we're holding the chat back and everybody's commenting in the chat below
And
it.
it's refreshing.
And once it gets so far and we try to roll, it automatically refreshes. And I've checked and there's no way to turn the refresh off on the chat, so there's nothing we can do about it.
You have to leave it on or we'd never get any new messages. And it wouldn't stay at the bottom. Auto scroll, as it were.
Yeah.
Mark says, I mean, we can't even post news links on Facebook, potentially. Yeah, that's a Canadian thing for sure. And Judy says, yep, Jake, you got it. Thank you, ma'am. And Mark says, I'm on all messages, live chat, EXT. I will just be a lurker. Well, don't do that, Mark. Talk. Amy says, nah, a couple of years ago, my dad died a year ago, and I hope it didn't just happen. Oh, no, I was joking because of... Never mind. Judy says, you'll get the hang of it, Mark. Mabel says, Vic says, hi, everybody, and wishes you all well, Jake and Amanda. Aaron, he says, your new name is ℂ𝕙𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. And Hannah got her game, and she is very happy for this. I'm happy for this, too. I'm sure she'll love it. Kevin says, hello, Mabel.
That's great, Mabel.
That's glad to hear he's doing good. That's good news. We've all been worried about him. Amanda said, Kevin says, Mabel, send Vic something. Hang on.
Send Vic our love.
Send Vic our love. Where is that?
1013.
Yep. And Mabel says, ciao, Kevin. How are you? And Amy says, he cut off his pinky finger. The ring finger was lost in Vietnam. It peeled his middle finger and cut 3/4 of his index finger off. And he literally had a bird left after 7 years ago, maybe. Wow. Yeah. My grandpa had his ring finger cut off in a sawmill accident. A lot of fingers gone missing in that generation. You notice that?
My uncle lost his working on a motorcycle, but he lost just the tip of his bird finger.
Yeah.
And he could take his index finger, his bird finger, and his ring finger and put all three of them perfectly straight across on a table or on a flat surface.
Well, I've always worked in dangerous jobs, very, very dangerous, high situations, heavy stuff and chains and
Doing
blades
dumb stuff on the job site.
and all that. But I've also always been acutely aware of all 10 of my digits. And I guess it's because, number one, I know people with missing fingers. And number two, I'm a guitar player. So I'm always keen to watch my fingers. So I've been really lucky in not damaging my fingers. But it seems like the generation before mine lost a lot of fingers. Because I know a lot of people that age missing fingers, walking around with stubs. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but seems to be a pattern. Kevin says, Mabel, I'm good. I hope you are as well. And Mabel says, I did, Kevin. Thank you. We could not speak for long, but it was good to hear his voice. And listening to Hannah talk to him was so cute. Smiley, smiley. Aw. And Kevin says, heart, heart, heart. Amy says, I thought about Vic the other day, Mabel. A video showed Ukrainian soldiers and a kitty cat walked across their soldiers, and they laughed hard. kitty cat walked across the soldiers'
The shoulders.
shoulders. Mabel says, "Oh, Amy, that is very wholesome, and thank you for sharing this with us." Amy says, "It was 7 years ago when my dad had the accident with the table saw. My grammar sucks. Sorry. Walking and typing. That's all right." Oh, Mark's been keeping us plenty entertained with that. You're fine. Amanda says,
Yawn. I'm so sleepy tonight, but I'm going to stick it out with y'all.
"You better. Co-hosts don't get to tap out. You got a job to do, young lady. Up and at 'em. You think I ain't sleepy? My eyes are closing while I'm talking.
Mine are too.
You got to do what you got to do. The job is unfinished. The show must go on." Judy says, "I fell asleep once. Brady woke me up." Right? I might fall asleep.
Bradley.
What'd I say?
Brady.
Whatever. It's only one letter. Amy says, "Is that a hint, Amanda? Telling us all the STFU?" No.
No, never.
Jake will never get into the chat. Never. No, you guys are the reason that we have a comfortable, good life, so I'm thankful for that. I'll take every bit of it I can get. And Judy says, "LOL."
LOL. No, just can't quit yawning.
Well, don't talk about it. You'll get me yawning. You're welcome.
I can help you out with that.
You're not shoving that pickle in my mouth.
There you go.
Amber says, "Rabbit video?" Yeah, there's a rabbit AI video with an Untethered Live logo on his chest. Dancing.
Got an Untethered Live hoodie on.
It's Bugs Bunny if he was a thug. It's a Elseworlds Bugs Bunny that watches Untethered Live. By the way, speaking in hoodies, I have got the order in and a vague idea and price of a Christmas gift to all of my members and regular viewers and donators. So, if you would like to have an Untethered Live hoodie, you need to email me right here, UntetheredLivestream@gmail.com, what you would like to have and what size you are. And I will send it to you.
If you don't email him, send it to me in the Facebook chat.
Yes. Get the message to us. And all of those need to be gotten to me next week. So you have 1 week to make up your mind if you want one. Email me and give me your size. And I will send, and your address, size and address. And I will send it to you. It's a gift from Untethered Live to you as an appreciation for sticking it out with us and supporting us along the way and being a part of our family. Not everybody's going to get one, but if you're a member, you're going to get one. And if you're a regular supporter, you're going to get one. And if you've been here the whole time, you're going to get one. So I'm going to make a certain number of them. So if you would like to have one, email me your size and where you want it sent, your address. Now, if you give me that information, it will not leave me. It will be destroyed as soon as I send the product. I'm not going to put it in a file or anything like that. You have my word on that. So make sure that you do that next week if you would like to have an Untethered Live hoodie. I will be reminding you as the week closes. So everybody's going to get a chance to hear that message. And Debbie says, "What's Amanda sticking out?" Hopefully her tongue. Cowboys 8 Pound says, "Sticking it out also, Amanda." Amanda says,
Yes, Amber, on the Untethered Chilling page.
yeah, if you want to see the videos, go to the Untethered Live chilling page. There's memes there of all sorts, including a great one today. And also my Everything is Bullshit series happens there too. Amy says, pickle pouches, vapor sealed. Yes. Mark says, but I'll shh now that I've explained myself. Do your thing, Mark.
Staying awake, Debbie. Staying awake.
Staying awake. Staying awake. Kevin says, one special look from Amanda and Jake will end the show. Nope. That's why we have a camera up here. I might get quiet.
I was saying he wouldn't be able to focus. Then you just slowly see him creak back in his chair and that'd be over with.
But the show must go on. Amber says, I think I found that area today. Lots of familiar names. You talking about the Untethered Live chilling page?
Uh-huh.
Yep. It's in the title. So that's why
You know what I just noticed?
that time is a fleeting moment. Your dreams are coming true in real time, and you can ask for anything you want, and your dreams will come true in real time.
Yeah, because I made a comment right here.
Kevin says, hello, Amber.
And it did not post.
YouTube. I'll get you, YouTube. Next time. Next time, YouTube. Go Gadget Show. Amy says, no. They'll play a song, and Amanda will still get the 999 part. They'll play a song, and Amanda will get the 999 part.
That's what I said. In my comment, it didn't post, and I don't know why. I said, LOL, Kevin. Just got to say glug glug.
Glug glug 3,000.
6,000.
6,000. Oh, my God. Mark says, I'll remember that. Do remember that. What are we talking about? Amber says, bark, bark, diamond heart, diamond heart. And Mark says, pennies here, dollars there. Right. You got it. Well, there's a reason for that because YouTube takes 30%. Thank you very much. You know who you are. And thank you very much again. You know who you are. God bless you. Thank you, thank you. Amber says, my sugar is a bit over 300. I'm a bit distracted. Herpes, herpes, herpes. Well, I guess that's a good thing.
The distraction or the herpes?
Have you seen my pickle in a pouch? Look at how I'm holding my pickle.
Put some of Jake's pickle. Put some of Jake's juice on it. It'll heal it.
Pickle juice. Cowboy says, smiley face with herpes. Amber says, oh, Red Friday. R, remember. E, everyone. D, deployed. Oh. I thought it meant Rembrandt's especially derogatory. Righteous elderly digs. Roadrunner eats dog. Raffle every day. Raffle every day. Raffle every day. Amy says, security done. Doors are locked. Going back to fill out my time ticket. It's been a long week. Oh, I know. Mine don't end till tomorrow afternoon. I had an extra day tagged on me again. This is like the third Saturday in a row I've had to work. Feels like it anyway. And it might have been one between that I got off. Anyway.
Yeah, you didn't have to work last Saturday.
I usually end up working on Saturday because my boss likes to not be there. And when he's not there, I have to do everything by myself, and it slows the process down. So I end up working on Saturdays. But I'll take it.
That's okay. I got to go trail hiking tomorrow, so.
Fun?
Yep.
But you want to just go to work with me and have her pick you up there?
I mean, yeah, we'll figure that out in the morning.
Okay. Amy says, smiley faces with herpes. Right on. Amber says, smiley faces and smiley faces with herpes. That's a smiley face. This smiley face. Amy says, smiley faces with breasticles. Ah, the ever popular one there. That's the one. Amber says, doobie time. Heart. I wish I could smoke doobies. I'd smoke them. Amy says, jakeisms. I do have a few of those. I was told a long time ago to be a trendsetter, not a trend follower, and I try to live that way. So if I have jakeisms, then I'm doing my job correctly, I think. At least that's the programming I'm operating off of. Amber says, I think tonight I'm a haven't liked and shared yet. Eek. Like and share, Amber. And Debbie says, 8-ball, is Amber's doobie really a pickle? 8-ball says, most definitely. Most definitely a pickle. Sorry, my chat jumped.
10:24.
Amber says, I just Facebook liked shared. Thank you. You can do that on YouTube too, you know. Cowboy says, smiley. Amber says, LOLO. Amber, have you met Mark? Miss Lady Ma'am, I'm using my right to remain silent during the entire pickle conversation. Smileys. Silence is golden. So are showers. From a pickle. Heart. Amy says, Kevin is missing part of his finger too. Really? I'm sorry to hear that, Kevin.
Debbie, give him back his finger.
Hope it wasn't an important part. Kind of hard to slap when you ain't got both fingers.
Kind of hard to do lots of things when you ain't got a finger. Debbie, give him back his finger.
Debbie says, that can only mean that Amber is toking a pickle as I type this. Not speaking is speaking volumes. Haha. Right. Amber says, missing fingers are some of the reason I refused a pickle conversation. Are you making fingers disappear there, Amber? Nothing wrong with that. Mabel says, of course. You can't speak with a pickle in your mouth, you know?
LOL, Mabel.
Mabel gets it. Amber says, smiley. And in that order. She is very specific. Amanda?
LOL, Mabel.
Debbie says, I want to ask the correlation between missing your fingers and pickles, but not sure I'm ready for the answer. Well, one can only surmise, but if you follow the innuendo correctly, as I believe I have, I can directly point you to the missing finger debacle. South. And then north. And then south, and then north, and then south, and then north.
Then you make a U-turn.
If you know what you're doing, you do.
And you go, bam, 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 bam.
Bam, 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 bam.
Right?
Amber says, see? Hearts and smiley faces. Cowboy says, I can't say bob it. Just did. And you say, Bobbit, I think it's too late. Yeah, we don't want to be cutting any of those off. Those are important. Mabel says, does the word yawn cause yawning? We will see. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure that yawning causes yawning, but it seems to make people think that it does anyway. I have been around yawners successfully without having yawned myself, so I think the power of suggestion might be in your mind, but who knows? By the way, if you guys have noticed my screen flickering, I don't know what that's all about. Mabel says, stand by. You're going to try this out? Or you're going to walk up behind Hannah and go, yawn, and just see what happens? Amy says, here's Jake's email address. If you would like a hoodie, email him with your size and your address, and your name would be important too. And you will get, for Christmas, between now and Christmas, you will get a Untethered Live hoodie. It's my gift to you. Kevin says, Mabel, I guess it does. It might. I know if the power of suggestion is what it purports itself to be, what difference does it make if it's a visual yawn or a verbal yawn? Yawn is a yawn, mentally. The brain doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, but when you hear somebody yawn, you definitely yawn.
Maybe. Amber says, I hope I'm a member. Well, you are. But if you would like a Untethered Live hoodie, you need to email me with your address and your size and your name so that I know who to send it to and which one to send. If you want one. I am working on that this weekend. So by next week, I need to get the orders done. So I'll have time to send it to everybody. Amy says, I don't want to stand by. My feet hurt. Right? Agony of defeat from being indiscreet. Mabel says, okay, Amy, sit down then. Or sit by then. Yeah, don't stand by. Sit by. Amy says, yes, Amber. You're green with a J tag. That makes you a member. Amen. And Judy says, how much are they, Jake? They're free. It's a gift to people who have donated to the show or are members to the show or have been here from the beginning. Amber says, she XL, no joke. Well, email that to me. Don't do it in the chat. Email it to me so I'll have record of it, so I'll be able to refer back to it and know who to send to when it's time to do that, because I'm not doing it tonight. So I need a list that I can look at. That's why the email address. Amber says, right, Judy? And Amber says, I'm excited. I'm a total hoodie chick. That's awesome. I'm getting the good ones too. I'm not slumming on it. You're getting really thick, really heavy, well-made hoodies. And Amy says, peep, peep, peep. Peep, peep, peep. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult.
Chick, chick, chick.
That's a peep. Do you not
Chick.
know what a peep is?
Yes. It's a
Baby chick.
Yes.
Judy says, I don't even know how many hoodies I have, Amber. Yeah, but you don't have an Untethered Live hoodie.
Amber said she's a total hoodie chick. And then Amy posted chick, chick, chick.
Got it. Mabel says, it is hoodie season, sweaters and hot chocolate. Amen. And by the way, I guess it would be apropos to state that if you are not a member or you have not donated to the show but would like a hoodie, you can order one if you get it in before I take the order in and make them. These will be handmade by me, art and the labor that involves printing the hoodie. So if you would like one, order it next week. But the people that have been members of the show, the people that have donated to the show, or the people that have been here from the beginning of the show will get one for free. If you do not meet that criteria, and you know whether you do or not, you can order one. Just email me and I'll give you the details. Judy says, yep, Mabel, sure is. Debbie says, I did that once while my hubby was on the phone with his mom. He said, I'm okay, just a leg cramp mom. Yeah, that's happened to me before once too, and it is not funny. Not when you're on the phone with your mom.
LOL, Debbie.
Oh, my chat jumped again. Hang on.
10:36. Actually, 10:38.
10:38. Amber says American flags and hearts. And Amy says, have anyone heard from John Nugget? Not in the past couple of days.
Not tonight.
I don't think he was here Wednesday either.
No, I think he posted something on the channel or commented on something yesterday, I think I saw.
Maybe. Judy says, not today. And Amanda says,
not tonight, Amy.
Patty says, I'm going now. Thank you and Amanda. Have a good night, Patty. I love you, sweetie. Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Nugget just posted on his Facebook page an hour ago, so.
On his Facebook page or on ours?
On his.
Ah.
That's funny.
What?
He posted a Leadership for Dummies book. That's great.
See, I told you I was influential. I'm an influencer. Amanda says,
Night, Patty.
Amy says, me neither. He posted something strange yesterday, and I haven't heard from him since. What was the strange thing that he posted?
I don't know.
Amber says, zip. Do you have a secret, Amber? Spill. Dish, girl. Judy says, good night, Patty. Mabel says, good night, Patty. Amy says, good night, Patty. Kevin says, good night, Patty. Amber says, I'm getting the munchies. Yay. Insulin time. I am too. I'm going to eat some donuts before I go to bed, I think. And maybe have a glass of chocolate milk.
Oh, Amy, now I see why you're concerned.
Why?
Yeah, he's posting all kinds of stuff on his page.
Like?
Boycott GBN and Talk TV spreading misinformation. No more playing for Starmer to use the taxpayers' money to fly around the world, but he can't sort Britain out. Starmer, Lammy, Reeves must resign now. Confidence. Yeah, he's going on and on and on.
He said a few things to me about political stuff that's happening over there, asking me if I was in the know or informing me of what was going on. So he's kind of into that stuff over there.
Yeah, he is, but they have they have a block on their speech. They're taking people to jail for writing stuff on the internet.
Oh, that might not be good.
Yeah, so Amy was concerned.
I would be too. Amy says, I'm just worried if the word police in the UK got him. That's all. Right. I understand. They might have.
Well, he just posted something an hour ago, so.
Mabel says, Vic's nickname in Ukraine is Bam Bam. Right on. That's mine too, for different reasons.
Mm.
And Debbie says, Bam, 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 Bam. Jeez. That wore Pebbles out. Pebbles had it coming. She knew what she was doing with that little cute little diaper on. that bone. She knew what she was asking for. Amanda says,
Probably not, Amy.
Amber says, good evening, Patty. Smiley faces and hearts with herpes.
LOL, Debbie.
Mabel says, can confirm I have yawned from the repeated use of the word yawn.
LOL, Mabel, me too.
Well, it excites me to no end that you paused the show to do that experiment on yourself and gain insight from it. Congratulations. Welcome to science.
We didn't pause the show. We did it during the show.
She paused the show. I said that. She said, stand by. That's a pause.
Oh.
And then she started repeating the word yawn until she yawned, I guess.
No.
That is a scientific experiment. Amanda says,
LOL, Mabel, me too.
Mabel says, thank you for joining me in this very scientific experiment, Amanda. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Amy says, can I just have you pick one for me randomly? Pick one what for you randomly?
A hoodie, I think.
Do you wear randomly sized hoodies? What are you asking? I just need to know what size you wear and where to send it. That's all. Yeah, I'll pick one for you randomly.
Absolutely, Mabel.
Are you saying you're not going to wear it? That you're going to give it to somebody? That I'm not going to make you a $30 shirt if you're not going to wear it.
$10.48.
I got it. Amy says, she said hoodie chick. So I peeped. I got it. I think Amanda pointed that out. Amy says, talking to his mom in the phone and still managed an standing ovation. That is some good suction. Yes, it is. Talking to his mom on the phone and still managed a standing ovation. Yeah, it's hard to get an erection while talking to your mom. That's true. You have to be skilled to pull that one off. Or to suck it off. One or the other. However you look at it. Mabel says, Hannah is excited to play her game. So we are going for the night. Good night, Jake and Amanda and everyone. See you tomorrow. Mabel, thank you for being here, darling. And Hannah, enjoy your game. I hope you learn lots of complicated math stuffs. Have a good night. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. I'm not far behind you. I'm about to fall asleep right here. Amy says, sorry, I forgot Hannah was here. Amy says, good night, Mabel and Hannah. Cowboy says, donuts and chocolate milk? Yes, haha. It's a good combination. And I got my choice. I have the chocolate Hostess donuts. I have the powdered Hostess donuts. And I have the crunch Hostess donuts. So we got all three. And I don't know which one I'm going to eat with the chocolate milk. Probably the powdered ones. What do you think? Either powdered or crunch. I don't like the chocolate ones. And Debbie says, Amy, I have skills. Haha. I hear you, girl. I know somebody who has skills also. And Mabel says, you are fine, Amy. She has grown ears from being around Vic. Have a good night.
Not Mabel and Hannah. Enjoy your new game.
And Amy says, I'll see you all tomorrow night. I'm driving home. I love you all and have a great day tomorrow. I love you too, Amy. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Night, Amy.
And I think I'm pretty close to the bottom of the chat.
Yes, you are.
Cowboy says, be well, Amy. Amy says, I'll wear it. Amy says, I'll send you an email. Good. All right. And Debbie says, Amy, I miss the days when you used to drink with Larry. I miss Larry, and I bet he misses your coffee. And Judy says, good night, Mabel and Hannah. And Cowboy says, crunch. I think you're right. I think you're right. And Judy says, I sent you an email, Jake. All right. And Amanda says,
Nighters, I'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Politics.
all right.
Much love, y'all.
Much love to everybody. Kevin, good night, brother. Thank you all for being here tonight. I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. Me and my pickle have both enjoyed it. We're going to bid you adieu now and go get some rest and some chocolate milk. And not necessarily in that order, because that would be messy. But anyway, have a great night. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow night for some politics. Email me, untetheredlivestream@gmail.com, and get your request in, and you'll get a hoodie for Christmas. Have a great night. God bless you all. Thanks for watching.
Nighters, y'all.